She's calling back. We're going to try to give her a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran's off her medication. She's over at the safe haven. Detective 12, take a check that one out.
6 Rumble, 2 1 star, take your shots.
Officer still stands for time? No. Offender in custody? Anyone else close, point to 0, let me know. First number. 10-4. Possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran's off her medication. She's over at the safe haven. Detective 12, take a check that one out.
6 Rumble, 2 1 star, take your shots.
Officer still stands for time? No. Offender in custody? Anyone else close, point to 0, let me know. 10-5,
33. Remember the supervisor on behalf of the court for the first attack.
1830. Fulton. I'm sorry, we're not copying your lunch location. Try that one more time, puppy. 847 Fulton. 847 Fulton, okay. 10 bucks. 4234 on the beat is coming over to domestic battery at 1815 North Winchester, 1815 North Winchester. Fanny stated the caller and the owner of the vehicle. All right, thank you. 111, 113, Robert, 11.
Oh my gosh, it did StreamYard, dude. I've been literally kicked out 7 times during my intro. Just StreamYard just bugging out. Gotta love it. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you very much. I gotta say prayers to the community out in Minnesota. The shooting that took place. And I don't even care about the first 8 minutes. You can't say certain words. Guess what? I don't care. The shooting that took place out in Minnesota today. Prayers to all their family, the victims, loved ones. You know, we've been, the last week and a half or so, there's been so many hoaxes and over and over and over. And, it's like you just don't want people. You already see like students getting desensitized to it. When we covered the last one and everybody was calm and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy. I can't imagine being calm during an event like that. And that's the unfortunate part. Whether it's a hoax or it's real, the fact that it keeps happening and happening and happening, it's really sad when our people start to get desensitized to it. And it just creates a whole nother level of danger because, what if some of these students were just walking around like it was a hoax, and then you're in even more danger. So, just and this is our future generations, like that's the scary part, is that this stuff is always, not all the time, because hell, we just had a Walmart a year or two ago. Somebody went into our Walmart here and started inside the break room. But a lot of it happens to be schools, and it's just really sad because this is our future. That's that's our innocence. You know what I'm saying? Like when any of us can think back to when we were a young kid and the innocence that we lived in, and the fact that it's getting taken away from our future, from our children, is just really just it's just really sad. It's a sad state to see all of this stuff taking place. You know, the hoaxes, the real ones, and unfortunately, you know, this morning was real. And so I want to say prayers again to the victims, the families, the communities. And, you know, even with these hoaxes, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though nothing happened at these schools, look at what happened today, right? And then that re victimizes all the people that e- anybody that has been through any of that, you know, not even that. You could even think of like the Las Vegas thing that happened a few years ago, stuff like that. Like that stuff, it's like a constant trigger, and a constant trigger. And it just keeps collecting souls as time goes on. It has a bag of souls already, whether they're still alive or passed on, you know, spirit wise. And then it just keeps collecting, and the fact that it happens, you know, to children when their brains are still in development stage, you know, and it's just really sad, man. I hate to see it. I wish, and I'm not going to get political even though I could. I just wish our country took mental health a lot a lot more seriously. And I know that's a lot of the reason of it, you know. You hear it all the way from veterans all the way down to kids. Um, everybody goes through that, and I just wish our country would do better when it comes to anybody that is going through stuff like that, because I really feel like, you know, there people can be helped, you know. People people can be helped, and sometimes it just takes somebody to talk to. So on that sad note, we got another sad note this morning, and I'm sorry. I see some of you guys have um, children in the area too, and stuff like that. So prayers to you all. Very sad day. And another one. We're going to be talking about baby Emmanuel this morning. We heard the news last night about Jake confessing to a fake inmate, which, I mean, that's badass move. You know, that's a badass move. The fact that the fact that he actually confessed, because think about it, the dude was only in jail, you know, for a couple days. Like, you got some guy that you're going to sell with, and then he's already going to ask you like is these. I'm glad. That's why I said it a couple days ago. Like, when they want to tell you their stories and they want to tell you their versions of events and the fake stuff, right? And it's like I was telling you a couple, like, these people ain't very smart at all. These people ain't very smart at all, you know. And so it's not going to take very long for the truth to come out, and we will know. I really feel confident that we will find out where baby Emmanuel is. I really do. Because if when they were in court yesterday, and you know, the fake search that I was telling you about, that he took law enforcement out there, the fake search, because he's not gonna, it was all just a fake show. But I think what I think he was doing is, I was thinking he was testing law enforcement to see if they'd actually go along with it. And then also, because I think he was good. I really think he was thinking that he was going to try and escape out of their custody somehow. I think that's what he was doing, testing law enforcement to see exactly what their process was. Okay, I can go out there, come back to my cell. I can sit here and be like, okay, now I can get him to take me out again. Now, where can I try and escape from? Right. And I think he was testing Rebecca too, because Rebecca was saying from the jail cell, he wouldn't hurt a child. He wouldn't hurt a child. And it's like, dude, you are around and you know what the hell happened to his other child. Like, what are you talking about? You don't. He wouldn't. What do you mean? He already did. Like, how can you say somebody wouldn't do it if they literally already did it? That's where the domestic violence thing came into my mind. Yes, I talked about it yesterday. I'll be putting out an edit here later this afternoon. If you didn't get to see that part, it was an 8-hour show. If you didn't get to see that part, I'm going to be putting a little edit out this afternoon, with me explaining from the show yesterday about this is what I think went down, the timeline and how the events that took place and how it happened and things like that. But the fact that you're going to try and cover for somebody when you obviously know it was a complete lie. I mean, it was a complete lie. And so for you to come out and say that, it means that you're like really freaking not aware whatsoever, which I really don't see how somebody could be that unaware. I really don't. And so that's what led me to believe, well, maybe it's the domestic violence and the grip of the abuse and the control, the brainwashing. That's okay. We're not trying to get political, Tony. Thank you. The brainwashing, all of the stuff that comes with domestic violence. We already know what he did with women. We already know what he did to a child. I honestly think the black eye came from him. I mean, that's why I said it. The black eye looked a couple days old on her first interview. I'm like, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. The fake crying, the inconsistencies. But I really think that that's why I brought up the domestic violence, because, that stuff's real too. And, like, it could be one of these things where, like, even with her, like, scoping out the security cameras, right, a week before, because we know that too, even with her coming out and scoping the security cameras by the Big Five, you got to understand domestic violence with this individual can be real as shit. Okay. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be held. Don't get it twisted, because she should be held just as much as him, because she's complicit. As far as we know, we don't know who did what. I'm just assuming, you look at the history always repeats itself, and history showed what Jake is capable of. And so, I mean, he's got to be the prime suspect. Hello. Has to have been from the beginning. But when you look at her and how, she was willing to help a week before scoping out the cameras, she was willing to help while she's sitting in jail and going, he would never hurt another baby, knowing damn well that is like, there's no way you couldn't be aware. And so to me, it's like he has that abusive grip over her that she can't break free from. And as far as we know, well, here's the thing though. This is what you got to understand. And you're right. I'm not saying she shouldn't have. But it's like I said, we did the boots on the ground for all of last year, and we still continue to work on Micah Francis Miller's case. Okay? Like, this domestic violence grip is huge, man. It's huge. And it could literally be a situation where she saw what happened. You know what I mean? She should have did this, she should have did that. But But when it comes to like the abuse, he could have did whatever. Because I think if you go, you'll see, if you haven't listened to it, I'm gonna put out the edit later of what I think happened. And I think he was injured 1 to 2 months before, when everybody stopped seeing him. I think he was injured before, and she would have been part of covering that up, because I think it was a cover up. I think they knew, because look, if you look at this picture right here, I think they literally knew. I think they knew that if everybody saw baby Emmanuel and he didn't look like this, he looked like the picture where, you know what I'm saying, like the shaken baby, they would have said something and they would have lost the child. And that's why I'm saying, exactly, Aaliyah. What I'm saying is that she would have been part of the cover up. If you listen to what I said yesterday, I'll be putting out that video today. Let the edit. She was part of that cover up for 1 month to 2 months. She was part of, yeah, we're busy, sorry, because she didn't want the child to be taken away because of dipshit doing something else. And then when it comes to what happened, I really think that the pressure between, dude, you are such a troll and ugly soul. Get the hell out of here. Gosh, my God. Not just, it's not just the physical abuse, but the psychological abuse too. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying she wasn't complicit. I already said that before I started saying what I'm saying. I'm not saying she didn't have a part in it. I've been saying it already. What I'm trying to tell you is that the domestic violence grip, if she could literally be in a situation where, oh my gosh, he just killed baby Emmanuel, even though they were covering it up. Oh my gosh, he just killed baby Emmanuel. Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me next. He's gonna fucking kill me next. Now, what she should have did, thank you everybody. If you're a domestic violence survivor or you're going through it yourself, you understand what I'm talking about. This is not some excuse, and it isn't an excuse. But what I'm saying is that you look at what happened to her. It was obviously old. It could have been one of those things where it's like, you're going to go F and look at these security cameras, and this is what you're going to tell people. Bam! You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, but what should have happened, because you can't just call it, hey, he did this, because they need evidence, man. They need evidence. So that she could have ended up in any domestic violence survivor or anybody going through it right now knows this right now. Why didn't you call the cops that one time? Because you knew he wouldn't be put in jail right away, and you were afraid of what they were going to do after, right? That's where she could have been in that whole time. But once she got arrested, she should have, that's when she should have said, look, you know what? This is what really happened. That's what she should have done. Now, when you saw the court hearing yesterday, because as far as she knew, because she wasn't talking to anybody, she didn't know what was going on with Jake, right? She probably didn't even know that he was going out there. She probably didn't even know that he was going out there to do some searches. She was probably in the mode of, I better still protect him because we might get out, and then oh gosh, right? So when you see the video, you saw the video, and I'll show you this picture, okay? You saw the video of them in court, and when they were talking to him, she looked over at Jake and gave him this look. And this is, I made a community post about it. I put it on Twitter and And I hold on one second. I put it on Twitter and I put it on Facebook because when I saw her look at him like this, and this is the picture I'm going to show you here. When I saw her looking at him like this, I said, that's a woman who knows the game is up. That's a woman that is ready to snitch. Sorry about the alarm. What the hell? One second. Did it to me yesterday and I didn't realize it. All right. That's the look from a woman, I feel, that has disgust and she's ready to tell exactly what happened. We're not going to find out from Jake. He's just going to keep gaslighting law enforcement. But when it comes to this lady right here, Rebecca, I really feel that we are going to hear exactly everything that happened, the timeline, everything. I think she's going to be the one to say everything. Because when you see this picture, and this is what you have to key in on, right? First of all, you see her eyes. She's laser focused. And she's got that look, like just laser focused right in on him, just laser focused. But I want you guys to pay attention to this, okay? When you're looking at her lips, do you see how you have this crease that comes down? Now, these are telltale signs that people don't even know that they're doing. And those are the things that you need to look for. You see how it's got this crease that's coming down, right? So then, because if it was just a regular, you didn't see the lips, that just looks like no emotion, right? It looks like no emotion. When you add that lip and you have that little crease that comes down, that's a sign of disgust. That's a sign of disgust. And so when you have that crease with the lips, the sign of disgust on the mouth, you add it with the eyes, the laser focus. That's why I said she is going to get ready to snitch on everything that took place. And I wouldn't be surprised if it takes place today or tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, Jake is never going to take accountability. That's just who he is as a person. That's why Jake did the same thing to baby Emmanuel that he did previously. There's no accountability. There's no self-reflection. There's no, damn, I really effed up. There's none of it. And so he's never going to, even if he has to testify and, he chooses to testify and all these other things, he's still never going to tell you the truth. He will never tell you the truth. This lady right here, I believe, is going to be the opportunity to find out exactly what happened, the timeline, how it all went down. And I'm wondering if what I was discussing yesterday, the timeline, because again, when you look at this photo right here, because when I seen this photo get released a couple days ago of baby Emmanuel, and I said, I bet you that was one of the last pictures that was taken before he was injured from Jake. And that explains the month to 2 month gap of nobody seeing him, and that also explains how they were pressured into coming out and actually saying that he was missing instead of continuing the charade that they were doing. Because I think there was a turn of events that took place a month or 2 months ago. Baby Emmanuel was hurt. They needed to, that's where we get the photos, him laying back, looking, there was no concrete photo. And a photo, you can't go to the police and say, look what he did to him. So it explains the pressure. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? It explains the pressure for them to have to come out and say that he went missing because they weren't going to. They were just sending photos here and there to keep everybody, oh, we're busy, we're busy, we're busy, we're busy. It's summertime. Oh, we're here, oh, we're there. Here's a photo. Da da da. Da da da. But then as the month and a half, 2 months, the family's like, yo, this is not where's he at? Where's he at? Because the family also took custody of the previous child, right? They already probably had intuition already setting in. Like, I think the same thing might have took place, you guys. Really think about it. Because when you see those other photos, the newer photos, and then, and if you were the family and you've already seen baby Emmanuel and he was smiling and giggling and grinning and had emotion on his face and all these other things, and then all of a sudden you're getting photos where he's like leaning his head back and shit, you would have to think, yo, whoa, this I want, right? We did. So to me, it's like, and I really think like he was already gone before they, like I'm saying, not like gone as in past. I think he was past already. I don't think they did anything with him right away. I think they put him somewhere to preserve, and they were trying to think, what the hell are we going to do? And then time went on even more. And then, that's where things would happen. Now, we heard from Brian Enton last night that Jake supposedly admitted to tossing baby E in the trash to a fake informant. And this is what I have to say about that. Does anybody remember the Quentin Simon case? And this is so, I hate to even think about this, honestly. I would rather baby E be out, if he's passed and they did something like that to him, I'd rather baby E be out in like a field somewhere or something instead of a landfill. To think what would have happened to his body before it even made a landfill is horrible. To think what happened to his body after the landfill is horrible. And anybody that knows how landfills work, it's not a good chance that he will be recovered with all this time that has gone by. Now, what we can hope is that it's only been a few weeks. I mean, it's already been a couple weeks since he's been reported missing, not yet a month, according to investigators and what investigators think in their timeline, that between August 5th to 12th. Okay, but that's just their timeline. There's no concrete proof, and so it could be before that. But it's better. The less time that goes by, it's better. But when you're talking about a little baby, Quentin Simon was a couple years old. Baby E is just, he's not even hit the year mark yet. He's 3/4 there. Little teeny guy. And who knows how they did it, too. They were able to recover Quentin Simon. And weeks had gone by. But we're not talking, we're talking Los Angeles, man. It's going to have a hell of a lot more trash than the landfill that they had to search through for Quentin Simon. And so I really hope that that's not the truth. If it comes to the worst case scenario of whatever situation, I really hope the landfill is the last place. It's not AI, Pamela. I feel sorry for you too. That's so disrespectful to say that. about, you know, I'm not even putting up with bullshit today. So see you later. You want to disrespect baby, and no. I don't care. I'm not in the mood for it today. I'm really not. People are so ugly, and I'm just tired of the ugly people. Get the hell out of here. I don't give a shit. All right, what I'm going to do is we're going to take you to BYM News. Okay, let me put the. I'll drop the link in chat for you, and I will put the channel name up there as well. So let me. Don't worry, I'm not dealing with the shit today. There's been enough ugly people talking shit about this baby enough, and making up shit about this baby, disrespecting his spirit, his body, and all these different things. I'm tired of I'm tired of I just the big boots out today. I don't have my Adidas on. My big boots out today, and I'm not messing around. All right, we're gonna go to. I'm tired of the disrespect to this, man. All right, we're gonna go to. Hold on one second. Actually, no, I'm gonna go here. Okay, so the press conference is going to start in about 20 minutes. We're not going to share that one. I guess they were just outside for a minute. I thought it was alive. Um, I'm showing this picture because I'm encouraging everybody to show this picture because, number one, if you if you look at the photo that I've used it, other people have been using it, they're still using it, of him like leaning back and you can see the hand holding baby Emmanuel. That's Jake's freaking hand, man. And I was so like I was just like, I hate using this photo, man. I hate using this photo because his hand's in it. And then the only other photo that we've seen was him laying back on a blanket, and you see some people using that, and I'm like, man, that just doesn't have. It looks like the baby isn't even alive with that photo, and I'm just I. But that was the only photo. I tried hiding Jake's hand as best as I could for our photos. And when I came across this a couple days ago, I was like, you know what? I really do. I wish people would use this photo. It's like I said yesterday when we started using it on our thumbnails. Um, it just shows the spirit inside of his soul, and I think that's what, there's no Jake's not holding him. It doesn't have his mom's hand. It doesn't have his dad's hand, the people that hurt him. You know what I'm saying? This is just baby Emmanuel by himself, chilling back on a blanket, giving you the snarl smile. The nostrils are snarling and he's giggling, and it's just the spirit inside of his little soul. And I think that's what should be, I just it whenever I see that photo of him leaning back, it just makes me think like, damn, that Jake's hand is right there. Jake's hand is right there holding him, and it just really upsets me. It really upsets me. And so that's why I posted it on um all the platforms, and I'm hoping that people I really do. I'm really hoping that people will start to use this photo for their thumbnails, because it was him in a stroller, this photo, and other photos of him. This wasn't the only photo. There was different photos of him, like standing up, and he was like kind of sideways looking with the binky in his mouth, and there was different photos, but this was the photo that I wanted to use and to share, right? If you go to my Facebook, you can scroll through my timeline, and you'll see the little collage of video that has music, and it has all these different photos playing, and then it also has when the parents were getting arrested. It has all the collage of photos playing, and then underneath it's got Rebecca and Jake getting arrested. You scroll through on my Facebook timeline, you'll see it. You'll see all the photos of baby Emmanuel. It's just this one right here is the one that really stuck out to me, and I was like, this is the one that everybody needs to see, because this right here, just, it doesn't have Rebecca, it doesn't have Jake, it's just baby E, and he's such a happy, smiley baby right here, enough to where is not, I mean, come on, you guys. The baby is so smiley and happy right there, enough to where his nostrils are flaring. You know that's a happy baby. You know that's a happy baby when they get them nostrils flaring. You know that, especially if you have a baby of your own and you remember back when they were a baby and they would get so happy and their nostrils would start flaring. You know what I'm talking about. Every baby does it. Every baby does it. All right. So let me see. I'm going to play this video real quick. We got the press conference coming up about 15 minutes, and we're going to go live with that as soon as it drops. Let me play this video here real quick, and we will get into it. Now, this is, I wanted to play this. So when we were waiting all day, waiting for the court hearing, you know, it was like, why is this even taking place this day? Why wouldn't they already, like, why are we at this part of the process? Why are we at this part of the process? Why are we even here where they could possibly be released? And so one of the biggest questions yesterday after the court hearing was, because now we know the next date is 9/4 at 8 in the morning. We'll be live for you with that. Steve-O, our buddy out there, he's going to be live at the courthouse. So we're going to be bringing you Steve-O live at the courthouse, exclusive. And so it was, the biggest question after that was like, why didn't they get arraigned? Like, why are we having to wait another week? Are they waiting for more material evidence to materialize? What are we waiting for? So Court TV covered that yesterday. I'm going to play this video real quick, and then we're going to go live out on the scene. Action Eye News is there. We're going to go live on the scene, and definitely go follow them on Facebook. They do a tremendous job reporting the truth and facts and not giving you clickbait. They do a great job. So I'm going to share with them with you guys here in a minute. Let me go ahead and switch this up, and we will get to this video. This is why they couldn't be arraigned.
This is the arrest video of Rebecca and Jake Harrow, parents of a 7-month-old child who they reported missing. Mom said she was attacked by a man who said hola, knocked her out, stole the baby. Obviously, the sheriff and investigators did not believe that story, arrested mom and dad. There's little Emmanuel.
See, and it's got Jake's piece of shit hands holding him. You see that? That's why I hate the fact that the photo has Jake sitting in there holding him. It just really pisses me off. It really pisses me off.
Is still missing tonight. But today, the parents made their first appearance inside the courtroom, and Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson joining us live from, are you in Riverside tonight, Matt?
I am. So we have the official charges, Vinny, with Riverside District Attorney's Office. So we're in front of the Hall of Justice here in Riverside, California. This is about an hour away from where their home is in also Riverside, Cabazon. And then it's another probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes to where the alleged abduction took place over in that parking lot, and that was in San Bernardino, which is why you had those deputies part of the initial search. So now that we have that taken care of, so you have the alleged mom and dad, who are the alleged baby killers at this point in time, facing real charges at this hour finally filed by the district attorney's office earlier today, including first-degree murder and then also falsifying a police report. Remember, for the alleged abduction that police said after they were looking into it didn't add up. There was no hola man that was, beating her and then taking the baby. They believe that this baby was killed days before. So they were in court today, reunited for the first time since their arrest on Friday. And wow. In that very small courtroom that I was in, I was within an arm's reach of this defendant, Jake Haro, who looked angry, showed no emotion. He was seated in the corner of the well, basically where the inmate comes in and out. And across the well in the jury box, his wife, looking down the whole time, she still had a bruise on her eye. And they only glanced and looked at each other when the judge asked them a very important question. Do they each want to postpone their official reading of the charges and their deal or their first appearance to next week because of a very important issue? There is kind of a situation where they're both represented by the same attorneys right now, and that can't happen in this jurisdiction. Take a listen.
So what happened today was both defendants, who is Jake and Rebecca, made their initial appearance here in Riverside Department 61. Ordinarily, it would be for an arraignment. However, we have limited information. All we have is a felony complaint at this point. We don't have police reports, anything of that nature. So the Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent people who cannot afford private counsel.
If you're following me on Twitter or Facebook, I just posted the official documents. We'll read through those before we get to the press conference. But if you are following me on Facebook or Twitter, I posted the official documents just now.
Initially, we received word that one or both would have private counsel. It appears that neither have private counsel. We cannot represent both. So for today, we simply continued the arraignment. The arraignment is reset for next Thursday, September 4th. At that point, hopefully we'll have a police report, run a conflict check, and we'll decide to keep one, and then we'll conflict on the other.
So you have the arraignment pushed to next week, about this time next week, September 4th, and that's because one or both have to get a different attorney, because right now they're both indigent and they are represented by the Public Defender's Office. He can't represent both of them. So that was the big takeaway from today. And we also learned a lot of new details in this case from the official complaint filed with Riverside County, including this. Let's put it on your screen. This baby may have been killed, according to investigators, days before, because it says in or about August 5th through and including August 14th. Remember, that's when the baby was reported missing. The defendants did willfully and unlawfully murder baby Doe, meaning baby Emmanuel.
Yeah. And so that's why they weren't able to arraign them. And like I said, thank you all for joining. Appreciate you. I see some of you are just subbed up. Thank you so much for your support and checking out the channel. Like I said a little bit ago in the intro of the show, I'm going to be putting out, I talked about my timeline and how I think everything went down based off of everything that I've come across, the evidence, intuition, and I put it all together yesterday. I know it was an 8-hour show, and I don't expect anybody to go through 8 hours to hear what I had to say when it comes to what I think took place in the timeline of everything. But I will be putting out that video edit here. It'll probably drop around 3 o'clock Central Time. So look for that video. My timeline and what I think exactly happened and how it happened and when it happened and why it happened. And it definitely goes along with that. So please hit the like if you haven't yet. And if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. These are going to be, now, like I said, I dropped my link to Twitter and I dropped my link to Facebook. I had already posted those a second ago. I'm going to go ahead and go through those with you real quick. And then we got that press conference coming in about 7 minutes. So let me read through these real quick and I will show them on screen for you here. All right, so we got the first document right here. Let me see here. Let me clean that up a little bit. There we go. We got the first document right here. Riverside County, San Bernardino County. You got the DA Hestrin. All of these individuals today are going to be speaking at the press conference that we are going to be watching. Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry. StreamYard's bugging out. Thank you so much, Jeanette Edge, for the $2, the super sticker, super chat. Oh, it's just a thing, a little super chat. Thank you so much, Jeanette, and I appreciate the contribution. Thank you. It means a lot to me. And trust me, we'll be back out, boots on the ground here in just a couple weeks, and we're going to be really hitting it hard. And so any of the contributions really does help fund the efforts that I can bring to other communities, whether that's searching for answers or searching for victims. It's everything that we can try and do to help. All right. It says right here, this talks about the news vans. All right. So that's page 1. Let me go to page 2 and the felony complaint. So right here, you can see the top of the doc right there. And then you guys can take screenshots if you want. The $1 million bond, the $1 million bond, Jake and Rebecca. All right. And then it says right here, count 1. I don't want to zoom it up to... What's up, Kylie? Yes, I know. Both of them. Thank you for joining. How you been? The undersigned, under penalty of perjury upon information and belief, declares that the above-named defendant, Jake Mitchell Harrow and Rebecca Renee Harrow, committed a violation of Penal Code Section 187, Subdivision A, a felony, in that on or about August 5th, 2025 through and including August 14th, in the county of Riverside, state of California, the defendant did willfully and unlawfully murder baby doe, quote, Emmanuel Harrow, a human being. Right. And then it says right here, the above name defendant, Jake Mitchell Harrow and Rebecca Renee Harrow, committed a violation of Penal Code Section 148.5, Subdivision, a misdemeanor in that on or about August 14th, 2025 in the county of Riverside, state of California. The defendant did willfully and unlawfully report to a police officer, deputy sheriff, and member of the California Highway Patrol that a felony and misdemeanor had been committed, knowing that report to be false. So that's the false report charge that they got. The 1109 notice pursuant to Section 1109 of the Evidence Code, evidence of the defendant's commission of other acts of domestic violence may be admissible at trial in a criminal action in which the defendant is or are accused of an offense involving domestic violence. The people hereby give notice of the people's intent to admit evidence of prior acts of domestic violence to pursuant Evidence Code Section 1109. These incidents include the prior incidents described in the police report, chronological report, and or tapes already provided, and other alleged incidents of abuse, which will be provided as they are obtained by the prosecution. Marcy's Law. Marcy, information contained in the reports being distributed as discovery in this case may contain confidential. Well, I do want to mention something right here. I think the investigators understand. I think the investigators understand that the domestic violence grip that could be placed on Rebecca could be involved in everything that went down. And again, I will have that upload of exactly what, when, where, and why of everything that took place in the timeline. I'll have that video out later this afternoon. Look for that again. Information contained in the reports being distributed as discovery in this case may contain confidential information protected by Marcy's Law and the amendments to the California Constitution. Article 1, Section 28, any victims in any above referenced charges is entitled to be free from intimidation, harassment, and abuse It may be unlawful for defendant, defense counsel, and or other person acting on behalf of the defendants to use information contained in the reports to locate or harass any of the victims or the victim's family, or disclose any information that is otherwise privileged and confidential by law. It makes me wonder, does he have that domestic violence mental grip, and that's why she still didn't snitch when she was got arrested, is because she really, like, I wonder if he's that ruthless when it comes to his abuse, where he literally like threatens, if you say something, I'm gonna do something to your mom. If you say something, I'm gonna do something to this, right? We'll find out. All right, and then there is the last document right there. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna head to, let me see here. We are live right now. Let's go ahead and jump in. They are not discussing anything yet. Let me see here. All right, we'll go ahead and switch to this. Actually, I got to get off the document. Thank you all for being here. And here is the press conference. We'll go live out. We'll go live outside the building after the press conference there. Feel like he was telling her, we don't know. It makes me wonder, you had a black eye that was already there, obviously days before, obviously days before there was a black eye there. And the fact that this is where it really started making me think like about the domestic violence grip on her, to make her help. She still helped. Listen, she still helped. She's still part of the crime. She still helped. I feel like she helped him try to cover up what he did to Emmanuel, and that's why nobody saw him for a month or two. Like, she helped like crazy, even to where she was out scouting the security cameras where she claimed that baby Emmanuel was abducted. That's why she never ended up on any cameras, because she had already went out there the week before and started asking about the cameras. So, hello. But when she was in jail, because once he's in jail, any domestic violence survivor will know, once they're in jail, then you can go ahead and start saying something. And so that's what made me go, whoa, I wonder how strong this hand of domestic violence is, because literally she was sitting in jail knowing he was in jail, and she was sitting there going, he would never hurt another child. Nobody is that unaware. Nobody is that unaware when especially your own family adopted his daughter that he hurt. So the daughter that he hurt is in the family still. So there's no way that she could literally be that unaware to say he would never hurt a child. Right there, I'm sitting there going, whoa, that strong hand of domestic violence must be huge. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much.
Good morning.
Please hit the like. Share this out to
My
your
name is Mike Hessman. I'm the Riverside County District Attorney. Welcome. I want to do a couple of things today. First thing I want to do is introduce the individuals that are here on stage with me. First off, to my far left, we have Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco. We have San Bernardino County Sheriff Sergeant Nicholas Clark. We have San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dykes. We have Assistant District Attorney Brandon Smith, and then myself. So someone who's not here, I want to thank as well, or introduce as well, Jason Anderson, San Bernardino County District Attorney. I want to start by thanking these gentlemen up here. I want to thank the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office for their professionalism their cooperation and the great work that they've done here so far. I want to thank Jason Anderson and the San Bernardino team helping us with this investigation. Let me tell you how things are going to go today. There's going to be several individuals that make statements up here, and then when we're all done with the short statements, I will come back up and we will have a question and answer. I will take questions. I will take all of your questions till there are no more questions. Having said that, there's a lot that we can't say, that I can't say, that nobody up here can say. And the reason is that the defendants in this case have been charged with crimes, serious crimes. And so now they have a presumption of innocence that applies to them. They're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I'm not allowed to prove my case in the court of public opinion. And so there's a lot that we can't say in terms of the facts and the evidence. For that, you will have to come to the court and to the various hearings and see how the case plays out.
Right.
However, having said that, it's appropriate to have a press conference because it was the defendants in this case that had a press conference first. And they did so in order to tell the public, the media, and ultimately law enforcement that their child had been kidnapped, when in fact that's not what occurred.
Mm-mm.
And so we're here to clear up some misconceptions and to explain how this case unfolded in terms of the investigation. It involves two counties working very well together. I know everybody up here on this stage, we work well together normally, but in this case, I'm very proud of the work that was done by Riverside County Sheriff, San Bernardino County Sheriff, my office, and also the District Attorney's Office in San Bernardino County. All right, so we'll go ahead and kick this off. I'm going to bring up first San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dykes.
Jeez, get some
Thank
sun.
you, Mike.
You wake up in a bed.
To Mike's point, I want to thank all of you in the media for covering this, specifically the parents' initial statements to the public while we were trying to find Emmanuel. They became critical as we continued through this investigation. But I want to talk about a little bit about the process because we've seen a number of questions related to Amber Alerts and things like that. So I hope when I finish this that everybody understand kind of the course of the investigation. But the investigation started for us on August 14th when Rebecca Haro reported that her son had been kidnapped. Folks, within 24 hours through video surveillance, we found inconsistencies in Rebecca's statement. And as a result of that, there was no other vehicle to put out on an Amber Alert or anything. And I know many of you were wondering why that didn't occur.
Right.
But really, after finding out those inconsistencies in the statement on the initial report, that's where hundreds of hours of investigations have come in by our specialized investigations division to try to get to the bottom of what's really going on here. And when I say hundreds of hours, I'm talking.
You guys can't hear it because I can hear it. You guys literally can't hear it because I hear it just fine.
And Riverside County Sheriff's Department.
I hear it just
I
fine.
can't stress enough. We've had a long-term partnership. We work well together and we know how to get things done.
Okay. Thank you, trolls.
In these environments, but that's why the jurisdiction had changed
My
from the
God.
original jurisdiction that was reported in, which is Yucaipa, California. But as we went through that portion of the investigation and realized that these things that had happened in Riverside County,
I'm tired
we
of
saw
trolls
the
today.
culmination
I'm
of
gonna
all
start
the different
moving
entities
people.
get involved. And going back to what Mike mentioned about the DA's office in San Bernardino County and high-tech crimes, forensically,
Bye.
there are a number of things that we were able to prove up that we're not going to be able to share today exactly how we did that, but
Not
there is
dealing
a
with it.
tremendous amount of evidence that suggests that the initial story posed was not the correct story. So in that partnership with our agencies, I'm going to introduce my partner, Chad Bianco, where this crossover occurred at Riverside, and we reached out to Mike, who's obviously filing the case, and of course, Chad to assist us in the investigation. Chad?
Thank you. Like Sheriff Dykes, I just want to thank all of you for, especially the normal mainstream media, for your attention to this and for your cooperation in this as we were assisting San Bernardino in this investigation, trying to originally find a missing baby, but then eventually quickly learning.
Now I'm on mute. The audio that is being provided for the press conference, it's Court TV's audio, it's everybody's audio. All right. What else do you want me to do? What else do you want me to do? It's just how it is. I'm not controlling the cables that are coming through the California court system there.
The media, but neither one of us care about jurisdiction. Our belief is that the Inland Empire is better served when we are cooperating and working together. And in this investigation from the very beginning, it was obvious that it could involve both counties. When something like that happens, particularly in this case, the original investigation began with Sheriff Dicus, and if he chooses to take it to the end, he will, which obviously he did. And my position is Sheriff Dicus is responsible for this and the assistance of my department. So there is no asking us, there is no anything like that. It is, we have to serve our public best, and he has every single available resource that the Riverside County Sheriff's Office has to offer to make sure that we provide justice in this case. This is an extensive investigation with both agencies that ultimately is headed by the supervisor of the Detective Bureau from the Sheriff's Office in San Bernardino. But the cooperation, as you can see, between the both counties is what is going to bring this to a successful conclusion. There is absolutely nothing, no crime is going to bring this to a successful conclusion. There is absolutely
Let me know if this one's better.
nothing, no crime more important than the injury of a human being, particularly a child. And the amount of resources that were expended to find this baby and to ultimately bring the people to justice responsible for the loss of this baby, I can't even tell you the amount of resources that were expended in this. It is a massive investigation that will obviously be ongoing, and we appreciate your efforts. This involves a lot of things, though, from us, and hopefully there are more questions to be answered, but I'll end it by saying this before we get into more questions specifically about this case. This was preventable in numerous ways. The amount of response we have had from the public, the enormous anger that a child was not only originally thought to be kidnapped, but then presumably murdered, kind of warms my heart a little bit, that there is compassion still out there. There is care about other people. There is, people actually do care about other people. There is absolutely nothing worse than harming a baby. Broken bones, injuries.
Yeah, you should have never been around another baby.
Trauma. And had that case been successfully handled how it should have been,
right,
Emmanuel would still be with us today. So I thank you all for taking the time and the effort to make sure that the world sees this investigation.
Should have never.
We will successfully bring it to conclusion with the help of both DA's offices.
Child Protective Services needs to do better too. They need to be held accountable as well. They allowed baby Emmanuel
Sergeant
to get
Nicholas
hurt.
Clark is the lead investigator on this case. So even though he's San Bernardino County, he will be functioning as the lead investigator on this case, which is ongoing. The investigation is ongoing, even though we have filed charges. And then Brandon Smith is going to be the lead prosecutor on the case, obviously Riverside County prosecutor. And with that, obviously, you all know, yesterday in court, we filed murder charges on both Jake and Rebecca Haro. We also filed filing of a false police report. And with that, I will take questions. I know you're going to have a lot of questions. I do want to lay some ground rules. The way we do it here is don't shout at me, no chaos, just raise your hand. I ask you to ask me one question at a time. I'll do my best to call on everybody. When we've gotten through everyone who has a question, then we can go back and ask more follow-ups, okay? So I'll start here on the front row. Yes, ma'am.
Don't do what somebody did yesterday. They're asking if they have any idea where he's at.
Yes, we have a pretty strong indication of where the remains of baby Emmanuel are. So that investigation is ongoing at this time. Yes, go ahead.
Matt Johnson, Court TV. What was the information that led to the initial search?
What was the information that led to the initial search?
Sheriff, you want to take that?
I'm not going to go into grave detail about that, but there is some level of cooperation with the suspects involved in this, and we're trying to locate that, and our job is to follow every lead. But for the rest of the room here, we have to understand what you're dealing with is an experienced child abuser that is aware of a previous case, that is aware of evidentiary things that we are certainly concerned with. So we're going to take every step to not only work with any suspect or witness involved in this, because at the end of the day, we have to bring a case to Mike and they have to charge it. And we have to make sure that every single thing, no matter what is told to us or what we discover in terms of evidence, is the right thing and that we followed up extensively.
For justice for Emmanuel. Yes, they have to.
I'll go to you first and then to you. Go ahead.
DG Garcia, the past 11 years. Do you believe you know how baby Emmanuel died or was killed?
You believe you know how he was killed is what they're asking.
The filing in this case reflects our belief that baby Emmanuel was abused, victim of child abuse,
Like I
over
was saying.
time.
Yep.
And that eventually, because of that abuse, he succumbed to those injuries.
Yep.
That's what we believe.
I'll be putting out my
Yes, sir.
timeline of why in a couple hours.
I noticed on the arrest records, the booking records, that they do have Jake Carroll as murder with malice and also another murder charge as well. Is there a second murder? Or can you explain why there's two?
We
on that booking?
What kind of
we charge
question is
both
that?
Jake and Rebecca with murder.
I don't. What a dumb question. You didn't even understand it.
Reference to what Chad was talking about, but can you go into some detail about that case in 2023 and what happened there?
Sure.
Asking to go into detail about the abuse case from 2023.
Yes, I will. So in 2018, Jake Haro with his ex-wife, there's another child who they were prosecuted for child abuse as well, child neglect, cruelty. That child was also an infant, and that came to the courts, arrested in 2018. It came in to the courts in 2023. We had charged various felony crimes, child abuse, child cruelty. And our indication or what we wanted out of the case was prison. We believed it was a prison case and that Jake Haro should have gone to prison. Jake Haro pled straight up to the court.
The judge ruled against it. Listen to this. Listen to what happened. This is
Judges
BS.
are not allowed to plea bargain. Defendants can plea bargain with the prosecutor, but when a defendant pleads up to the court, they plead to everything that they've been charged with.
Right.
And they're essentially throwing themselves on the mercy of the court.
Listen what the court did.
A judge here in Riverside County, happened to have been a visiting judge from San Bernardino County, gave Mr. Haro a suspended sentence, which means, if I can translate for you what that is, it means that instead of sending him to prison,
they slapped him on the wrist.
He chose to give him probation.
Isn't that messed up?
And suspend prison time sort of over his head, meaning that if he violated his probation, he would then go to prison. My prosecutor in the courtroom objected to that and said on the record, we object. We think it's a prison case. You should send him to prison.
Yep.
And the judge decided, as is the judge's right to do in that case, he decided that Mr. Haro deserved an extra break and gave him probation and basically 180 days of work release, which ends up being like community service.
Slapped him on the wrist, you guys.
I will say that it was an outrageous error in judgment by this judge. And I don't have any problem saying that. I'm not attacking the judge personally. That decision was absolutely outrageous. Mr. Haro should have been in prison at the time that this crime happened. And if that judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today.
You see all the people that have literally, not just the parents, CPS, the judge, and all these people, like he just told you, they literally said, "Judge, what are you doing?" And the judge ruled it anyway. So many people failed this baby, and this happens too damn much. I get so angry. I have my own story about this shit. I went through it in my show yesterday. This shit, there's a lot of emotion. Anybody that has dealt with the bullshit from CPS, you know, my ex getting arrested 6 damn times in the process of me trying to get full custody, and CPS's bullshit. Anybody that's gone through it, you know, it infuriates you. That's why I'm in a bad mood today, because I'm like, there are so many people that could have literally made sure that this baby grew up the way he was. It's disgusting.
And that's a shame, and it's an outrage.
It's disgusting.
And I hate to say that, but when our criminal justice system breaks down, I'm
It
going
is
to just
an
call it
outrage.
like it is and tell you it broke down.
It's bullshit.
It's not how it's supposed to work. The judge had obviously meant well. At the end of their sentence, he told
Give me a
Jake,
break.
I'm giving you a big break today. Don't mess it up. But I want to point something out to you. I want to read to you the injuries.
Oh, I'm not going through it. She's already graduated. That's been years. She's already done graduate. I got full custody when she was 10, and she's done graduated. She's blazing her own trail, but yeah, it's messed up. It really is.
The child's name is Carolina. She is still alive today, but she is permanently bedridden.
3%
has permanent
brain
damage,
function,
cerebral palsy that is a result of long-term child abuse. I want to read to you the injuries that were presented in court to this judge at the time of that previous prosecution.
You know, these same things
Acute
happened to
fracture
baby
of the
Emmanuel.
posterior left rib, fifth rib, healing fractures of the posterior lateral 6th, 7th, and 10th through 12th ribs.
Oh my God.
Healing fractures of the 6th and 9th through 12th ribs.
The ribs.
Partial bone fracture of the skull.
The ribs.
Brain hemorrhage. Significant prevertebral soft tissue swelling of the neck, and a healing tibia fracture of the right leg.
Oh
This is
no.
severe abuse for an infant. And so,
oh my God.
whatever you think of the criminal justice system and people need a break.
Oh my God.
Someone who does that to a child belongs in prison.
They don't need a break. No, they don't
Next
deserve a break. The ribs too? I can't
Not
hear
to my
their
knowledge,
question.
no.
I couldn't
Yes.
hear their question. So they're talking about Emmanuel looking like he had shaken baby syndrome. Do they believe that he
I'm
was?
not gonna. I can't.
They
speculate.
can't.
Well,
They can't.
I'll repeat what I already said. We believe that Emmanuel was
abused,
severely abused over a period of time, and that that's what will. That's the reason for the filing.
That's why
The way it
nobody
was,
saw
is
him
if
for
he was
a month or
abused
two.
over a period of time. Both parents would have been aware of that abuse. I've already called on you, so let me. I'm going to exhaust. Yes, sir.
And you've been listening to a news conference that involved both Riverside.
All right, I don't know Spanish. Thank you, Carol, for the $10.
Pues ya dije lo
euro.
que puedo decir.
Appreciate
Fue una
the kind words.
tragedia
Thank you so much.
increíble y no hubiera sucedido. El juez hizo un gran error y juzgó mal y el sistema se quebró ese día. Jueces, fiscales, defensores, todos tenemos un deber y tenemos que hacer nuestro deber en nuestro trabajo. Todo lo que puedo decir.
I don't know what was said.
Claro que no. Le dio libertad condicional y esto fue un caso de prisión. Cuando uno hace daño así a un niño, debería ir a prisión. Eso es lo que dice la ley. La ley dice que la sentencia debe ser prisión por crímenes de este nivel de gravedad.
I took
Y
French.
en
I
este
didn't take
caso
Spanish.
debió probation. Okay. Let me go to you. I haven't called on you yet. No, unfortunately, I can't.
Asking about
has to-
his
has to
dates
wait
of
for
when
the
he was
trial to come
actually
out.
missing.
Yes, sir.
Given the history that Jake has been obviously charged with previous child abuse cases, has CPS been involved with Emmanuel throughout his life at all, or have they ever checked up on the parents?
To my knowledge, CPS has not been involved with Emmanuel. I don't believe there was any
Because they hit him.
CPS involvement in
Just
in this
like I
court
was
case.
saying in my timeline. I'll have
Let me
that
go.
drop in
I've
a
already
couple
called on you.
hours
Have I called
later.
on
I
you already?
talked about
Go
it
ahead, please.
yesterday. Okay, they're asking about the confession to a fake inmate in jail and the report that came out from Brian
I can
Denton.
tell you that that's not true.
That's not
There
true.
was no confession made in jail. I'll go back there and then I'll come back to you, Rob. Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Wow, that's not true. What? Brian Denton came out with something that wasn't what? All these people that were talking about the confession being true, did they follow the clickbait of TIRA toilet again? And Brian Denton got sucked into the clickbait as well. Dude. The dude not only lied about where the baby's remains were at, but everybody got sucked in again to the clickbait of TIRA. Oh, shit. What? Oh my gosh. What is... Dude, mainstream media and YouTube is turning out no fact checking. Oh my God. I mean, you listen to me. I've been telling you. I reported about the report from Enton this morning in the intro, but I've been telling you this whole time about the red flags about this dude from the beginning. And that's why we're not getting sucked into the TIRA toilet Kool-Aid. Holy hell. Dude, this dude is out there fucking this case up bad. I hope to God that he don't fuck up this trial, dude. I hope he don't fuck up shit for this trial. My God. It's no wonder TMZ's attacking him for being a fake journalist, and that's why they're giving him a cease and desist. Because he's fake as shit, and they see what he's doing. I told you all the red flags. Look at what he's doing. No wonder TMZ's going after him. They're trying to... At least they got the manpower and the legal capabilities, because, dude... He's gonna fuck this case up. Oh my God, this is wild. This is wild.
Yeah, please share.
This is wild.
To that and to the question before.
And
The
he's
problem
got
that we were
everybody
having in this,
fooled.
basically, even on the question that was asked 2 questions ago.
Is his
someone
cancer
post something on
story
social
even
media,
real?
And then you all believe that it's true. I actually complimented the mainstream media because you've actually been reaching out to us for comment, and
Is
actually
his
been printing what
cancer
we've told
story
you.
even real, right?
It hasn't been
Like, let me pause this. If you watch the video of chemo, go watch the edit. It looks doctored, okay? When I first saw it, I was like, when I first saw the video, and I'm like, whoa, this seems like a production. And then you see like the Like seriously, if you go watch it, I'm not bullshitting. You see it and you don't see anything getting injected. You don't see anything getting poked. Like you don't see it. You see like somebody putting their hands up next to him, but it's covered up by his arm, and then they pull away, and it's like, where's the thing you injected the chemo with? Is that a fake fucking story too? Is he just trying to get rich off a whole bunch of people? Is it going to be like a fire festival? I'm promising you all these things, and I'm going to take all your money. And then when I get busted for being a phony, have fun because I already got your money. You can't get it back. Holy hell. Go watch the video. You'll see what I'm talking about. Where's the... Okay, maybe you're sitting in a hospital. You got a friend. Hey, can you do this for me real quick? Make it look like you're giving me a dose or whatever. You literally see nothing being injected. You literally see nothing getting pulled out. You don't see it. You just see a hospital laying on the bed, and then I'm going to take a video of the nurse's arm that really doesn't show anything at all. And then all these people are out here like, he's out there fucking up shit with the investigation. He's even saying, I got a tip, GPS coordinates. I'm going to go out there. I'm not even going to call law enforcement, and fucking that up too. I hope to God he don't find some evidence, because they probably might not be able to use it. And I would like to get a statement on the law enforcement, right? What do you all think about this dude interfering with your fucking investigation? Wow, this is wild, dude. That guy, oh wow.
Sensations, and now
So
we're
many
all
people are
traumatized
like,
by it.
wow.
We were all in this room a couple of years ago when I had a deputy murdered because someone was out on the street that should have been life in prison, but a judge let them go. We have an absolute breakdown of the justice system, and we are not preventing other children from being harmed when someone like Jake is allowed to be out on the streets harming children. And so the anger that I have, the frustration that I have, then combined with the misinformation and everything else, when for all of us and our employees, there is nothing more important to us than the death of a human, particularly a child.
Try to work. I'm going to work the back. Yes, sir.
What kind of evidence did the
We've got a lot of
investigators have?
evidence.
They
We're gonna
can't
have to
say
play
it.
that out in court.
It's
I
their
can't
investigation.
lay it out here today.
They got to
Okay,
keep it
so,
for the
yes, right next to
investigation.
him.
I hope that dude don't fuck something up. Oh my God. Pretending
I don't know
like
if
he's
we're going
got
to see the
chemo.
arrest warrant today. So that's a pretty short answer for Spanish.
No arrest warrant. We're not going to see that today.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, and then I'll come back to you.
Do they believe
I
baby
just
E
can't
was
say.
alive
I'm not going
when
to give
they
a timeline.
gave the report?
Obviously, baby Emmanuel, we have a theory as to when his death occurred.
You can hear my timeline, and everything that they've been saying at this press conference has matched up to what I said yesterday for my timeline. That's the video edit that I'm going to be dropping in a couple hours. Definitely be looking for it. It's lining up, and I'm thinking, like, with what I said yesterday in the edit that I'm going to be dropping, I'm really thinking that's exactly what happened, because it's all like they're giving me some puzzle pieces that are matching with everything that I've been saying.
Right. So I'm not going to say, as Sheriff Bianco just mentioned, when you have members of the public that are out there doing their own searches, all it does is potentially prejudice and damage the case.
Right. When you don't know what the fuck you're doing, when you're going to go out and you tell people, I got some breaking news, I got a tip, I got GPS coordinates, they saw the mom and dad go there, this is a great tip, I ain't gonna call law enforcement. I'm gonna go out there first. Dude, I swear to God, these are moments when I wish I lived in that damn state, and I wished I was standing on the damn pavement right there, because I'd be calling his motherfucking ass out to his fucking face right in front of him. This dude's gonna. I've been telling y'all, and everybody. Oh gosh, he did it. I'm tired of fucking hearing it. The dude, listen, I know what the fuck I'm doing out there. When I see people that do shit like this, I already know what's gonna happen. What's gonna be possible? The dude can literally fuck up an investigation. I swear to God. I swear. TMZ, go after his fucking ass for real. The dude needs shut the fuck out.
So
This
not
is
interested in a
ridiculous.
plea bargain with these individuals.
He's gonna
We're interested
fuck
in
up
a
this
trial and
investigation.
getting to justice. Yes, sir.
TIRA the toilet. That's who.
I don't know. That's not something that I have any knowledge of. Going back, yes, ma'am.
Jeez, dude, I swear to God, this is. I wish I was on the pavement, standing right there.
I think you just answered your own question. Of course, this is an
How
investigation.
dare you do
We're
this to
searching
a
for evidence.
baby?
We've got two great sheriff's departments doing what they do best. So if there's a chance to find baby Emmanuel's remains, these men and women of these two agencies will do it.
How dare you do this to a baby, to a baby's case? How dare you do this? How dare you?
Estamos aquí porque estamos acusando formalmente a Jake y Rebecca Haro de homicidio y de presentar un reporte falso a la policía. Los padres del bebé de 7 meses permanecen detenidos bajo una fianza de $1 millón. Y más de eso no puedo comentar porque no puedo hablar sobre la evidencia en el caso porque eso tiene que suceder en un tribunal, en corte.
I wish I was there. I swear to God.
No puedo comentar. No, dije que sí, estamos convencidos que el bebé fue abusado por un periodo de tiempo, o sea, tiene 7 meses, o sea, sobre su vida de 7 meses, que fue abusado sobre tiempo.
They might, Kylie. It was still a few weeks when they found Quentin Simon. He was gone for a few weeks or more, and they were still able to find. But this is Los Angeles. It's going to be a hell of a lot bigger landfill. I just hope. I hope. But it sounds like they got plenty of evidence to, even without the body. It sounds like they got plenty of evidence to be able.
Just for clarification, maybe sheriff's department, not sheriff. There was a call for service that was generated by Jake that we investigated concerning a child abuse case, and that's all I can give you on that. And it was in Moreno Valley. No, not at this time.
I can't even understand their question. They're saying something about Home Depot. I don't know.
I think we've answered that already. If you are not getting information from his office or my office, you are doing our public an unbelievable disservice.
Oh my God, this guy is gonna fuck. Oh my God. They're talking about this guy's gonna fuck this up for this baby, dude. I swear. I swear to God. Oh. Any of the people that are sitting there playing his fucking, and I'm saying to everybody, because even last night you saw all the big YouTubers that were streaming the same shit when it came to the remains being found and the lies and the clickbait. That it's continue. You know, last night, they're talking about this guy, okay? Last night, you saw all these big YouTubers and even Brian Netton, they're all getting sucked in to the clickbait again. Missy, you can go somewhere else if you don't want me to pause it. I'm going to pause it. It's my show. I'm going to pause it whenever I want to, and I'm going to make comments whenever I want to. And if you want to just watch the press conference, there's plenty of links out there that you can go watch just the press conference. But this is my show, so I will play the press conference when I choose to hit the button, okay? My show. You got plenty of other links you can go to. But the fact that all of these YouTubers were sitting there playing all this shit last night, live streams from the court, live streams of this dude, and you even have like, you know, even like some of them putting the titles in their fucking links promoting him with homie in it and shit. All of these fucking big YouTubers. I've called the red flags out from the beginning. These YouTubers, maybe they used to be boots on the ground. Some of them, they're not really anymore. And a lot of them ain't boots on the ground. They don't effing know. And the fact that they're so sucked up and just trying to get the viewership, they don't even think logically about who the hell they're promoting. They don't even think logically about all the lies and red flags that have already taken place. They don't even think logically about it. They just play it because they know people are going to watch it. This right here, this guy is telling you not only about the individual that's creating the chaos, but he's also talking about all of those individuals that have also been promoting what this individual has been reporting. So this guy is not just talking about Toilet. He's talking about all of these big YouTubers that are just clicking live, putting the catchy thumbnail, and spreading and promoting lies that is going to hinder the investigation. When in the hell is the public going to hold any of these people accountable? When? We're going to continue to sit here and be part of this fake parade? You know, I'm just a little fish here, and I can see the damn flags. I called out the damn flags, and I tried to show everybody the damn flags. And yet you still have these people that are way up here on this platform that are sitting there. They're not even comprehending what they're doing. And this is everybody that is doing this to this baby. Everybody. The sheriff is talking about it. It's hindering their investigation. When are people going to hold people accountable? They can't be happy, Ginlor. It would piss me the fuck off. That's why I knew it was BS when I first came across it, because I'm like, that's not how law enforcement gives you tips, bro. When somebody knows how to do it, how to go about it, what not to do, how things go, when you're experienced like myself in that atmosphere of the boots on the ground, I could already tell, dude, you don't get tips from law enforcement like this. And if you do, they don't turn out to be not true. You don't, it's all these other content creators. When are people going to hold people accountable? When are anybody going to go, hey, Pascal, hey, JLR, hey, Ikidmel, hey, all these other fucking big content creators. Why didn't you do your homework, sir? Why didn't you do your homework, sir? Clutch them pearls. Homie. I added clutch them pearls, added homie in his description. Why didn't you do your homework, sir? Why ain't you doing your homework, people? You mean the little fish like CJ can do his fucking homework and make sure that he's not reporting shit unless it's confirmed, and he's going to point out the red flags that all these other fucking people should be pointing out before I even point them out to you. It's disgusting. And the fact that these people yesterday were sitting here promoting this bullshit while I'm sitting there telling you it does nothing but hinder an investigation. It does nothing but ruin an investigation. And to think of what could possibly happen about somebody, yeah, I found the remains again. And all of a sudden, guess what? Sorry, guys, we can't use it in court now because they done fucked it up. When are people going to hold people accountable? When are people going to say, no, that guy's a fucking liar? When are people going to say, why are you promoting this guy? When are people going to stand up? Because until you do, baby Emmanuel in the investigation each day can continue to get fucked up even more. This is disgusting. I hate to see the true crime community come to this, and it's been happening this whole week. Y'all should have learned the first time when you were promoting this shit about the body being found. Y'all should have learned then. Because if any of you effing know how it works with law enforcement, let me tell you. If they give somebody a tip and say the body's been located, guess what you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen? You're going to see a coroner van. You're going to see a blue tarp. You're going to see people with hazmat suits on. Did you see any of those? No. If they couldn't have figured it out before then, that should have been their sign to go, wait a minute. This dude's saying he got a tip from law enforcement that the body remains were located. He's going out there promoting that the body remains were located right over there. He even pointed. And you don't see any of that? You don't see a coroner van? You don't see a blue tarp? You don't see hazmat suits on investigators? And then, oh, sorry, guys, I made a mistake. Oh, my bad. Cut me some slack. And then everybody's still promoting the shit yesterday. Y'all are fucking stupid. And I'm talking about the people that are promoting the bullshit. Because y'all got sucked into it again, too. Shame on you. It shouldn't have even taken the damn lie of the bodies being found for y'all to realize, because I realized it when I first came across. Law enforcement don't give tips like this. If you get a tip like this, then you got to turn it into LE. You don't go out there and do it yourself because you're going to fuck it up. I've been around too many people while I've been boots on the ground. I've been around too many people that are out there trying to do the same thing and they don't think. Jabbing bags with a shovel. And you don't even know if a body's in there. Jamming bags with a fucking shovel. Ripping it open. Pulling items out. What the hell are you doing? It's every case. Every case I go out there. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Because they give people like me that have integrity, passion. I think 20 million steps before I even take one. I'm there to help. I'm there to make a difference. And it makes people like me look bad because pieces of shit out there don't know what the hell they're doing. Every damn case I come across, there's always at least one person out there that can literally F up an investigation just because they want to get views. And I'm tired of it. It's bullshit. Why do people continue to promote this kind of effort? And they know better. They know better. You can't tell me that any of these people that I mentioned have never seen remains being found and located from another case. Damn straight, they've all reported on that too. And guess what? Coroner van, blue tarp, hazmat suits. And it didn't register to anybody. So we're going to continue, because this isn't going to register to anybody either. They're going to sit there and watch this press conference and they're going to go, oh my gosh, I can't believe that he did that. And they're not even going to sit there and realize it. They're not. And they're going to continue. Watch them tonight. Watch them this afternoon. Watch them tonight. Watch them sit there and promote this shit some more. It's disgusting. The reason that we all stopped watching MSM, the reason we quit watching mainstream media, the reason that YouTube took over viewership for any of these other TV stations, you know why? Because people got tired of the clickbait. People got tired of the lies. People couldn't trust the reporting from mainstream media anymore, and that's why we all stopped. I've been in the game for a few years already. I've seen it from where it was to where it is today. That was the major shift from getting away from mainstream media, because when I got in this game, it was all about mainstream media when it came to true crime. It was all about mainstream media. And then as time has gone on, I was one of them. I quit watching mainstream media after a while because of the same thing. Because of the lies, because of the clickbait, because you go click on something and it's supposed to talk about this and it talks about, it's like, what? The clickbait. And now true crime has literally become what we've all fought against. What all of us have fought against, all of those people that I talk about up there, all of us fought against. And now all of the people up there have now taken over what the hell mainstream media used to be. Because look what happened. It used to be mainstream media. Now it's all the big fish doing the same damn thing that the mainstream media did. They become what we have fought to not be. It took a long time for people to consider us reporters on YouTube to even have any kind of validity to what we were saying. It took a long time. You ain't got no degree. You don't have 20 years in the newspaper business. You don't have any of these other things. You don't need to. What you need is common sense, smarts, in a way that you can present it. Now we have the respect. You see all these different documentaries that are coming out. There is the respect. But now, look at what they've done with it. They've literally became what we were all fighting to not be in the first place. What we were all fighting together to say, look, we don't need to be an intern at News Nation for 6 months before we can even get a real job there. All we need is to be able to have a microphone and we can speak the truth, the real facts, the real evidence, the real. It is really sad to see what it's coming to. And this case right here is a total glorification of it. You're seeing what's going on. It's sad. This isn't going to be some news network, because I used to say I used to tell people a couple years ago, we are the new news. We are the new news, because we're not going to give you the clickbait. We're not going to give you the bullshit lies. We're going to give it to you raw, unfiltered. It's not the new news anymore. Not out there. I mean, look at this. We got less than 100 people watching, and you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12,000 people watching the big fish. Getting all sucked into the bullshit. It's not the new news anymore. Not out there. They've literally became what the hell we all were fighting against. And it's really sad. And this case is highlighting all of that. As soon as we're done with the show, you're going to see it. You're going to see it the rest of the afternoon. You're going to see it through the evening. Nobody's going to admit that they were promoting bullshit misinformation either. They're going to continue to gaslight you all, just like he is. I swear to God, he better not fuck up this investigation. You are dealing with a young baby's energy, bro. And this goes to everybody up there too. You're dealing with a young child's energy. And the fact that you can sit there and not do your own diligence before you report, and that goes from the person that's coming out with the report to the person that is promoting the report. If you can't do your due diligence, y'all are gonna fuck this up. This is not what we were fighting to become as independent journalists on this platform. It's not. We had a lot of discrediting against us. There was a lot of, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about because you never worked in there. You never went to school for it. You don't know. You can't. There's possibly no way that you could have a legitimate opinion on anything because you didn't. We fought against that. We fought against that. And look at who, and now recently they just came out and reported that YouTube has the highest viewership over any TV station. YouTube. We made it to the top of the hill when it comes to recognizing our reporting and our independent journalism. We got to the top of the hill. And then people saw that speculation balloon and said, I'll hop on that. And then they just went even higher with that speculation balloon. This is not what we fought for. It's a sad day for baby Emmanuel. It's a sad day for true crime. It's a sad day for independent journalists who actually do their work. Because you can see right now, I'm not the one that's promoting bullshit. I never have. I never will. We don't get the 5, 6, 12,000 people. And I've always said it. I'm not going to sit here and do what all these other people done, because you've seen them, even some of the ones we love, you've seen them slowly morph into that fucking clickbait shit. Ones you never thought would even go that route, you see them morph into the clickbait shit. I will never, I don't even give a fuck if I have 2 people watching me, because I am never going to entertain the clickbait bullshit, and it's just not my soul. If that's what it takes to survive on this platform, then this platform ain't for me, because my soul don't have it in me to do that shit to people. I don't. And there's other ways to help people the way that I want to help people without having to be part of the clickbait bullshit. And if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be. But I'm going to tell you right now, because you can see some of these big name people, you'll see them. They've been covering certain cases for so long. And all of a sudden they try to start to cover another case and they don't get any views. So they just go back and continue speculation about the topic that got them views. I mean, it's just over and over and over and over. And it's just like, it's not about reporting anymore. It's not about confirming shit before you report it. It's not about checking shit before you report it. We're just gonna report it and promote it because everybody else is. Too many people are worried about what everybody else likes on this platform than what should be discussed. It's really getting ugly. And the fact that these people can sit there and get promoted and can sit there and get lifted on this higher level. And I'm just like, how can you sit there and feel good when you shut the camera off, when you shut the stream down, you turn the lights off, you close the computer, and you go lay down at nighttime and you put your head on your pillow? How in the fuck can you live with that? Because you're not worried about people. You're worried about the fucking dollar that's going to be in your bank account the next day. Instead of laying your head down going, I just want to make sure that I get the most correct information out there because I'm trying to help an investigation. I'm trying to help a baby be found. I'm trying to help, not distract or take away. So when you're laying down at night and you're going, man, we had a great day today. We had a gazillion fucking views and all these super chats and stickers and memberships and donations, and we got all the all the funny sayings and the fakeness on the face, because it's not about making a difference for another human being. It's about, I can't wait to see what's going to be in my bank account tomorrow. So I got to put on a show. It's fucking sad. This guy right here is talking about it. I hope to God, I really hope to God that nothing happens to this investigation or anybody's, because nobody's going to learn from this. Nobody's going to hear my words. Nobody's going to learn from it. They're going to continue to do what they're doing. And in fact, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse because they don't care. I just hope somebody's investigation doesn't get fucked up, and I really hope it's not baby Emmanuel's, because these guys already know the bullshit that's surrounding them and the bullshit that's going on from certain individuals. Why do you think they didn't just give him a warning? They actually arrested his ass because they're tired of his bullshit. They're tired of him saying that he's getting tips from them. Like, I can imagine how upset they are because he's going around promoting to people that he's getting tips from law enforcement. I'm sure they're fucking pissed because they can't come out and say shit. But they showed you what they were about yesterday. They didn't just give him a warning. They fucking arrested his ass because they're tired of his shit. And how all of this shit, all these people will sit here and promote it. I'll never understand. I'm sorry. I have a lot of stuff on my mind today because this case right here, I've been trying to warn people. I've been trying to warn people for days. For days about this person. And it's really sad to see that I did more homework myself with less opportunities than they do and they have. It's really sad to see that I'm the one that did the shit they should have done and have more availabilities and options to do. It's really sad. And it hurts. And I really I really feel like this dude is going to fuck up something in this investigation. And that's the energy that is coming out of my body right now. I really feel like something's going to happen. And then everybody gets to do what he did, right? Everybody gets to do what he did a couple days ago. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Cut me some slack. Everybody's going to go, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Cut me some slack. My bad. I literally have a bank account where I don't have to fucking scour shit. I literally have an audience where I don't even have to do any of my homework. I just have people tag me with shit all the time. And all of a sudden, hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, we're live. We're coming. I'm the one that has to sit there and scour every fucking 5 minutes of the day just to find the latest information. I don't mind doing the work. I'm the one that literally has to dedicate every moment of my damn life to this occupation. Because I don't have the availability to do what all these other people do. But yet I'm still able to do what needs to be done to report the information the right way. That I don't understand because I have less time and less opportunities than everybody else. So why in the hell am I the only one that's actually been doing the damn work? I never understand. I'm going to go ahead and let it finish. There's other news stations that just cut this interview off. I want to hear the rest of what they say when it comes to that. And I just hope. I have a really bad feeling, y'all. And it's like a freeze moment. If anybody's been around here and you've been around here for the last few years, and when I have a intuition or I have a feeling or a type of energy about something, it's kind of crazy how the shit comes out true. And I hate to say it. And I think that's a lot of the reason why this negative energy is inside of me right now, is because I really feel like this dude is going to fuck it up. I really do. I really do. I just have that energy, and I've had it when I was starting to come across it, and then I'm like, I gotta make a video about it because people got to see this shit. Like, you cannot. This is something you can't trust, and it just doesn't. It's like it's like you're the person that is like looking in the distance and you see a car accident about to happen, and you're yelling at people, you guys, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. And you just watch people. That's what it feels like right now. I've been screaming at people, get out of the way, because I see it coming. And they're just too sucked into their own thing. They're not even giving a shit. And it's just, and all of a sudden it's going to go bam, and one gets hit, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And then everybody's just going to walk away and say, we made a mistake. Give us a break. It's sad.
Any more questions?
All right. Hold on. Let me go to this right here. Oh, they already cut it off. That was already done. So it's not, we just paused it and it was already over. So actually we didn't even cut any of it out. That was the last question. They were tired of his bullshit. They're tired of it. They already said themselves it's going to impede an investigation. It's going to mess up an investigation. And I really feel like it's going to take place. And the longer that people don't hold people accountable, the longer that people don't call the bullshit out, the longer that people don't realize the red flags, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I wake up one morning and I find out that something happened with the investigation where it fucked it up. Like if I hear something about this guy came across this evidence and didn't want to call law enforcement and wanted to go out there himself, and then he was digging through shit and doing this, and then I hear the fact that we had this evidence. Unfortunately, we weren't called out to the scene before this person had tampered with it, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to use this part of evidence in trial. It would have been a game changer. We would have been able to make sure that baby Emmanuel got his full justice, but unfortunately, because somebody was out there not knowing what they're doing and reporting false information, unfortunately we're not going to be able to give baby Emmanuel his full justice. If I wake up one morning and that is what takes place, I ain't going to be doing a show and I ain't going to be going live. I'm just going to go to a park. I'm going to sit out there, look at the clouds, feel the breeze. And I'll just be apologizing to baby Emmanuel. It's ridiculous. This is a young baby. This is a young baby. And it's disgusting how people can treat this young baby just for the clicks. I love you guys. I'll see if there's anything breaking. We'll be back later this evening. Look for the notification. I'm also going to be dropping that video here shortly of the why, when, where, and how timeline of how everything took place. If you're still around, thank you for listening to my little spiel, just words from my soul, nothing scripted. It literally just comes off my soul. I love you guys, and I just hate to see this shit happening, man. Please be safe.
Someone shot there.